गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद गौर भक्त वृंदा. Very nice. Now everyone together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Wonderful. Okay. Now let's learn the shlokas. But before that, I want to take the revision. Last year, Mishri and Kushal were there. Did you practice the shloka that we had learned last week? Mishri, Kushal?
No. Yes.
No.
No. No.
What about you? Nobody did the...
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Is it Janav?
Yes.
Okay, Janav, welcome. So, I know parents are also around. So, if kids are not going to learn the shloka and come, then, it's not fair, right? That we do shloka session and then kids don't learn it. It's not good. If they put little effort, they can learn it. I know it's tough, but just 5 minutes every day and it will be eternal benefit for them. If moms are around, if they are listening.
Yes, Mataji.
Past 2 weeks we have been requesting story time and everything is good, but our main aim should be learning shlokas, because this is the time when they can learn easily. When we grow up, we have to really work hard. They are all small kids. They can easily learn. One shloka in a class is not a big deal. In 1 week, it's not a big deal. They learn radio songs, cartoon songs, Hollywood, Bollywood so easily. I mean,
Yes.
they don't have to put any effort. Same thing for shlokas. So what's the point of teaching them new shloka today?
Sure, Mataji.
You can put alarm before their bedtime, which will remind you that, okay, we have to do shloka. Other ways that you can just write the shloka and a big paper, like A4 size paper with black marker, put it in their bedroom door next to their bedside. They can just keep reading, or they can open their Bhagavad Gita and learn. But we have to set alarm. That's how we learned. We used to put alarm, and every day when the alarm goes on, we don't have to even remember. Alarm will remind us. Okay?
Mataji. Yeah.
Yeah, please, because it is good. I know kids who have learned 108 shlokas, and then now they are learning Bhagavatam shlokas. Even my own kids, other kids, from other classes, kids who have been in the batch earlier last year in summer camp. It's very easy actually. Just a little effort is required. Story is very nice. Everything is very nice, but shloka also we should learn. Those are words of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so today I will still teach you another shloka. But next week, if next week you all don't learn shloka, then we'll stop shlokas. Okay.
No,
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. This is for all the parents, Kushal, Param, Janav, Mishri, and Satya. Everybody's parents, whoever mom and dad is around. It's a humble request that all the kids learn the shloka. Otherwise, it is very demotivating for the teachers as well. Okay? Okay, let's start.
Mataji.
I will learn.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, let's start. So, Shraddha Mataji, will you be able to display that shloka here?
Mataji, I believe the screen is up, is it not?
But it's just on the heading, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are not able to see shloka.
Oh, really? Okay, let me check.
Okay, repeat after me. Yad yad achrati
Yad yad acharati
shreshthas
Shreshthas
tat tat eve
tat tat eve
janaha.
janna.
One more time. Yad yad acharati
Yad yad acharati
shreshthas
Shreshthas
tat tat eve taro janaha.
tat tat eve
Tat tat eve taro janaha.
tat tat eve namo janaha.
Very nice. Sayat pramanam kurute.
Saya pranam saya pere kurute.
Very. One more time. Sayat pramanam kurute.
Saya pranam kurute.
Very nice. Lokastad anuvartate.
Lokastat annavartate.
One more time. Yad yad acharati shreshthas.
Yad acharati Secretaras.
Tat tat evetaro janaha.
Tat tat eve tat tat
Sayat pramanam kurute.
saya pranam kuta.
Lokastad anuvartate. Beautiful. Okay. Now you know what? This shloka will really help us understand why we have to learn shlokas. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna, whatever action is performed by a great man, common men follow in his footsteps. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. You know what does this mean? Krishna is saying that whatever actions we do, if a great man, suppose there is a great man, people always like to follow, others. If they are famous, or if they are great people, or if they are very strong, or if they are very intelligent, people always like to follow others. At your home also, if you have older siblings, you must be following them, whatever good things they are doing. You all like to follow your parents in good manners and other things. So similarly, we also like to follow other great people from this world. They could be some social workers, they could be some politicians, or they could be your teachers outside, they could be famous doctors, anyone. So people like to follow great people, and whatever standards they set, people follow in their footsteps. So here, you know what Krishna is saying, that Krishna, being supreme personality of Godhead, he is Bhagwan. Okay, he does not need to do any work. Just by his, when he raises his eyebrow, all the work can be done. He's so strong. But you know why he does the work? We know, right? When Krishna came here, he used to take cows out for grazing the grass. Have you seen in Krishna book, and even in YouTube, Krishna does some work. He does some work for his parents. He helps them. He brings Nand Maharaj's, padukas on his head. He helps his brother. And then later on, when he was king in Dwarka, he used to make sure that everything in his kingdom is running smoothly. And before that, when he went to Mathura, he killed Kamsa. Then he was in Gurukul. Remember, he was in Gurukul, and in Sandipani Muni's ashram. He learned so many things. Why does he need to learn everything? He already knows ABCD, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, all the rhymes and everything, whatever is, in terms of education, he knows everything. But he does that so that all the kids will follow in his footsteps. That, okay, Krishna also went to school, we will also go to school, like that. Okay. So similarly, we all also have to act in a way that our friends, our relatives, our cousins, our neighbors, everywhere we go, people will should. Kushal, I'll put you on mute. So you all also have to learn shlokas and read stories and follow in footsteps of Krishna. Why? Because many people are watching you also, right? Your neighbors are watching you, your friends are watching you, your relatives, your cousins, everybody is watching you. Your younger siblings might be watching you. So you all have to act in a way that they follow you. Why? Because you are all representing Krishna. Once you chant Krishna's name, or once you become devotee, then you're representing Krishna. Okay. So we have to act in a way that it is beneficial to everyone. So that's why we all have to take responsibility and learn shloka every week. There are 4 teachers working hard on you. Okay. You should not let any of the teachers down. So we all will learn shloka and come next week. Why? Because even Krishna does his work to inspire others. Otherwise, Krishna does not do and need not do any work. Similarly, devotees also, they don't need to learn shlokas, but we learn shlokas to inspire others. Okay. So with this, I will stop the shloka session and Shraddha Mataji will take over. Okay, kids? I hope you all learn shloka and come next week. Hari bol.
Hare Bol.
Hari bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
Love you all. Thank you so much for the shloka.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Tila. Hare Krishna and Baba.
Hare Krishna, kids.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Hey, what did you all learn in the shloka today? Can someone tell me what was it? Who remembers? Yes, Param. Param, I'm not able to listen. Yes, beta, go ahead. Param, your mic. Let's see, is your volume up? Okay. Let's see what Satya has to say. And Param, you figure out what's wrong with the volume. Okay, beta?
Do you hear me rightly?
Yes. Yes, Satya Shivani. Go ahead, beta.
So, Krishna is so much powerful. He also knows 1 to 3s and ABCDs.
Yes. Yes. Janav, do you have a say on it?
And he knows multiplication.
What was that?
And he knows multiplication.
He knows multiplication. Yes, he knows division, fractions, everything you can think of. Yes, Param.
I learned that you should learn verses to inspire others.
Perfect. Very good. Yes. Mishri, do you have something to say? Okay. Okay. Can someone tell me what is there on the screen? What do you all see on the screen right now? Yes, Satya.
There is the Gopal's feelings are Pirtakins.
Yes, the gopis feeling of separation. Okay.
Separation.
Yes, and I'm seeing Satya and Param for the first time. I'm meeting y'all for the first time. Is it the first class you're joining on Monday?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to the class. And Janav, Mishri, and who else? Kushal. Let us all welcome Param and Satya by saying Hari Bol 3 times. Okay, everybody will unmute. Everybody, can you go please unmute? Yes. Kushal, can you also? Yes. And let us welcome both Satya and Param to the class by saying Hari Bol 3 times. Say Hari Bol.
Haribol.
Hari Bol.
Haribol, miss.
Hari Bol.
Haribol.
Yes, welcome and thank you for giving your association. All the kids are so wonderful, right? So now we will understand, we will actually read a new story and understand why was Gopi's feeling of separation the heading of the story. Okay, why, what kind of separation the Gopis were going through. Now first of all, tell me, who are Gopis? Who are Gopis? Yes, Param.
The gopis are they follow Krishna.
Okay, very good. Yes, Jana.
They are Krishna. They are Krishna servant.
Yes, Mishri.
Father friend.
Friends. Who else? Who did not go? Satya, you want to say something? Yes, beta. No? Okay. No problem. Okay. Do you all know who Gopas are? Gopis and Gopas. So who are Gopas? Yes.
Gopas are the same thing as gopis, but they do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And but there's another name like for men that
Yes.
there's gopas.
Very good. Very good. Excellent answers. Yes. So last week we did the story of the liberation of Vidyadhara and Shankachura, which we completed last week. And today we will learn about this new story of why gopis are feeling so separated. Okay. Now let's move ahead. Now y'all have to stop me whenever my slide is not up. Okay. Is my new slide up? Okay, perfect.
Yes, it is up, Mama.
Thank you, Satya. Okay, now I cannot see you all, okay? Now I can only hear you. So if there's any question or something, you all can just unmute and ask me, okay? Now it says that the gopis of Vrindavan were so attached to Krishna that they were not satisfied simply with the rasa dance at night. So what happened a few weeks back, we saw that, Krishna had played his flute and in such a way that he was addressing that flute towards gopis, and all the gopis came running in the middle of the night without any fear to Krishna, and they had everyone had a chance of dancing with Krishna. So we saw that at the same time, all the gopis were with Krishna, right? So now, after that had gone, now they were not really happy, like not satisfied. Of course, they were happy, but they were not satisfied because they had to go home. The sun was up. They had to go home. They had to continue with their new, home chores and everything. Now they were again missing his company. They were again missing his association. So now they were like, in the daytime when the Krishna goes out, they were like so sad. They were like, oh, what do we do now? Krishna has gone with his Gopa friends, right? The Gopa friends. Gopa friends are those friends of Krishna. Now, all of them are called Gopas because they used to take cows for grazing, right? So that is the real reason why the Gopa term has been given to them. Okay, so they were, having this discussion that what do we do, because, Krishna is not with us in person. Of course, their hearts were with him, because they would not give their heart to anybody else besides Krishna. So their hearts was with Krishna, but physically they were missing Krishna's company. And because of this, they were feeling very, 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 very separated. Okay, so think of it in this way, that if you have a very close friend, and if that friend had to, and you would, have a very good quality time, always being with that friend in your community, in school and class, in your other clubs, activities and shloka classes, everywhere you would be with that friend. And then suddenly imagine that the friend goes away to some other state. How would you feel? You would feel separated, right? So that was the feeling they were having. Now, there is a little trick here, but Krishna was there very much in Vrindavan, right? We would feel sad if our friend was, moved to some other place. But here, Krishna was there in Vrindavan. Still, the gopis were feeling sad. They would know that this is the daytime, and by evening he would come back, but they were still feeling very separated. This means that they were so attached to Krishna that they wanted to serve Krishna every moment. And because of that, their feelings were very strong, strong feelings of separation they had. Okay. Now, when they were having, all of them had the same feeling. Now, all of them were gathered at the same place. And now what they were doing, they were talking about Krishna. All they knew was to glorify Krishna, right? So now they were sitting alone in sadness and this and that. And suddenly they would remember something about Krishna and they would talk. So here we see that one of the gopis saying that, my dear friend, one gopi said, do you know that when Krishna lies on the ground, he rests on his left elbow, his head rests on his left hand, he moves his eyebrows while playing his flute, and his beautiful fingers. The sound he makes is so wonderful that the demigods stop their airplane in the mid-air to listen. Now, what are they trying to do here? They're trying to glorify Krishna's playing flute, right? What is happening here? There's a cause and effect relationship. If this happens, this is happening, right? So now they're saying if Krishna plays flute with his beautiful fingers, that sound is so wonderful that the demigods, and imagine this is a story which had happened. This is not actually, this is now a story for us, but this is an event which has taken place 5,000 years ago. And there is a description of airplanes here. Airplanes is what? Aeroplane, right? So now they're saying that the demigods would also stop in the middle of the air, in the mid-air. While they're traveling in their airplanes, they would stop and they would, just listen to that beautiful music coming out, the sound coming out when the Krishna would play his flute. My God, so nice, right? Now, there is another gopi who is saying something. Now, someone wants to go ahead and read this for me? Yes, Jana.
Another gopi said, my dear friends, Krishna is so beautiful that the goddess of sport on always stays on his chest when he plays his flute. All the cows and other animals of Vrindavan must stop eating and chewing their ears, stand up straight, and they listen while standing very still.
Yes. So now another gopi is saying, oh friends, you know what? Krishna is so beautiful, that goddesses of fortune. Now, who is goddesses of fortune? Any idea? Okay, it's Lakshmi Devi, okay? It is Lakshmi Devi. So the goddesses of fortune. stays always on his chest. Okay, she doesn't leave, right? So they're glorifying this part. Now Lakshmi Devi, why they're specifically saying is because everyone who, you know, who worship demigod worshippers, if they want money or something, they would worship you know, Lakshmi Devi for it. But here, see, where is Lakshmi Devi? Goddesses of fortune. She is eternally residing in the on the chest of Krishna, right? So here again, we get one clue if we are smart enough to understand that we have to always worship Krishna, because again, see, all the demigods are always worshipping Krishna, right? So Lakshmi Devi, or the goddesses of fortune, always resides on his chest. And the second part of this is when he plays his flute, all the cows and other animals of Vrindavan must stop eating and chewing. Why? Why would they stop? Think of it. Because more than eating, they would be enjoying, they loved to enjoy that beautiful time when Krishna would play his flute. They will just give all their ears and always be standing still, like, you know, in like, you know, they don't want anything else beside that. They would be so happy, right? So that is how they are beautifying and glorifying Krishna's pastimes here. Okay, let's see what other gopi has to say. Here, can someone read the first one for me here? Satya, can you read, beta? Param, Satya, you all want to take turn?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, beta.
Other Gopi said that the rivers and the lakes became very still. Then Krishna pressed by with pecker feathers in his hair and his body. Something with clay with the leaves and flowers.
Yeah.
The dog at his body, he looks very sweet, like some hero. He plays on his flute and calls the cows with Balaram. Then the Yamuna river started still to wait for the air to cry dust from his lot of feet.
Very good. Yeah, thank you so much, Satya. Okay, so now you're another gopi. There's so many gopis, right? They're all trying to think of what Krishna would do and what would happen if Krishna does that. Okay, again, remember, it is like a cause and effect. If Krishna does this, this will happen. If Krishna does that, that will happen. Now here they're talking about the rivers and the lakes. Now, see, we know that Krishna is friends, and when Krishna was here, everything in Vrindavan is actually transcendental, right? They are not material. They have all come from the spiritual abode. So everything would have feelings like trees, leaves, river, air, you know, everything, flowers, petals, think of anything. They're all transcendental. Okay. Then, so here they say that even the rivers and the lakes became very still when Krishna passes by with peacock feathers in his hair. Now here I was, actually listening to one of the lectures by Amrendra Prabhu, and he said that Yamuna river would go so cold when he would see, she would see Krishna, because it is so nice to see Krishna, right? So she's like serving Krishna. How would she serve Krishna? So sometimes Krishna would come and Krishna would take, his cows there and let them drink. And sometimes he would do some achman there. So she would, always feel so happy that Krishna is coming and she is getting an opportunity to serve Krishna. And here now Krishna is being glorified by saying that how nicely the peacock feather looks on him and on his hair, right? And his body is smeared with clay, like the chandan, So sometimes the chandan would, slip in the river, and the rivers would be so happy that, they got that prasadam. It's nothing less than a prasadam for him, right? Anything which Krishna gives is prasadam. So that would be like a prasadam to them. So, and then they will always think that, how sweet he looks when he does all these actions and how nicely they are glorifying. And here they say like some hero. But who is the real hero? Who is the real hero? We know, right? Can someone say who is the real hero? It is who? It is Krishna who is the real hero, right? So it is Krishna. And then they talks about how he plays on his flute and calls the cows with Balaram. So he would always call his cows. Every cow had a name and Krishna knew every cow by their name. So he would just call, some cows had the name Ganga, some would have Yamuna also. And gopis also had certain names like Ganga and Yamuna. And all of a sudden, Yamuna there and Manas Ganga there, all at the same time when Krishna would do this. And Krishna would purposefully do this, they say. Our acharyas say that Krishna would purposefully say these names which belongs to the rivers, the gopis, and also his cows, and everybody would be so like so happy and excited that maybe Krishna is calling them, right? So that is the feeling they are talking about. And then the Yamuna river stands still to wait for the air to carry dust from his lotus feet. So of course, Yamuna river always, the whatever the dust, the air carries dust particles, we all know, right? So here, if Krishna's lotus feet had some dust, and if that is carried into the Yamuna river, she would be really, really, really very happy, and she would be always longing and waiting for that. So the gopis are actually talking about all these things. If this happens, then what is the condition of the other things? And then we will come to the next paragraph. And if someone can take the turn, maybe Param, if you're there, you can take the turn, beta.
Okay, Mataji. Without having Krishna there in the daytime, the gopis cried so much. Sometimes they thought he was cunning.
Okay, that's coming, yeah.
Coming and would stop crying. But when Krishna did not come, they would begin to cry even more. The gopis knew that all the trees, plants, grass, and flowers in the forest were always thinking of Krishna. A Krishna consciousness devotee will do anything for Krishna. So naturally, the trees, plants wanted to give whatever they had, the fruits, flowers, and honey from their branches. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, beta. Yeah. So now see, now the gopis are talking about, now we see that after talking about all these activities, gopis are crying because they're missing Krishna in physical terms, right? Krishna is not present in person there with them to maybe talk to them, maybe play his flute only for them, or maybe for, even dance with them. So they are feeling so separated, and they start crying even after glorifying all these things. And suddenly the gopis would, sometimes stop crying, and they would think that Krishna is there. And suddenly when they think that, Krishna is here, and they would finally, maybe, say, "Hey, Krishna is here," and suddenly Krishna would disappear. So all these things would also happen with them. And Krishna is here and Krishna is not here. They would be always thinking about Krishna and missing him and crying continuously. But all they know is to talk only about Krishna, right? And then the gopis say, that just like us, like how we are feeling separated, all of the trees here, all of the plants, even the grass, the flowers of the forest are always thinking about Krishna. And they say that this is how a true devotee should be. A true Krishna devotee should always think about Krishna and no one else, right? If we are thinking about something else, then we are not loving Krishna the way we should be loving, right? So this is the bhav. Again, we are talking about the bhav here, how our bhav should be, because Krishna loves gopis uh, the most. And of course his devotees, because we have to always follow the footsteps or the path laid by gopis, right? How the service attitude they had. So we also have to have the same kind of attitude. So it is said that if we really want to have a Krishna consciousness, then we have to always think of Krishna and talk about Krishna and be glorifying our Krishna's name. And one very important way how we can do that is also by learning shlokas, just like how Mataji said while she was
That's
teaching
it.
about. Yeah, Param, go ahead and unmute, mute beta. Yeah, thank you. So,
बिल्डिंग में भी कर सकते हैं.
Param, go ahead and mute your thing.
What, Mataji?
You were unmuted, Param.
Oh, sorry, Mataji.
No problem. Okay, so one very easy way first to do is to always chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And what is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Everybody will unmute and say it together.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Yes, very good. This is the easiest way, right? To always think about Krishna. How we will think is by chanting Krishna's name. And always add Krishna in whatever activities we do, like how Janav is eating. Right, Janav? You're having your dinner. So before we have our dinner, we should always, once it is cooked, offer it to Krishna and have it at Krishna Prasadam. That is the right way to be Krishna conscious. Right? Right, Srimai? Right? And think of Krishna as our friend. And again, recite the same verses Krishna has spoken with so much love for him, right? And respect for him. So what are the verses? The same verses which Mataji is teaching you, right? Every week. So if you love Krishna, you will definitely learn the shlokas, right? Repeating the same thing which Krishna said. Isn't it amazing? We know what Krishna said, right? So we can do that. Everybody can do that, right? So here now we know why gopis were feeling so separated, how they were feeling, why they were feeling so sad. Okay, everybody around gopis were also having the same feelings. Correct. So this is the story which we discussed, and how we as Krishna conscious devotee, what are the things we should do? We learned that also, correct? Any questions for me? Okay, If there are no questions, we can move to the next thing, which is our activity time. Are you all ready with your paper, pencil, colors, and eraser? Now today you will learn this very easy drawing of bumblebee. Now why bumblebee? Because
Miss, do we get any colors?
yeah, if you have colors, you can see yellow and black color. If you have a marker, if there is nothing, you can just have a paper, pencil, and eraser. That is fine too. Okay. Get the things ready. I will give you a minute for that. Okay, now when you will have your activity time, you might have to switch on your camera, okay? And we have Sachi here, and she would start with the activity, okay?
Hey Krishna, everyone. Hey Krishna, Jonas. Hey Krishna, Mishri.
పెయింట్ లోపలికి వచ్చి డాక్టర్ సర్జరీ చేసి మీకు కట్టిస్తాను.
What did you guys learn in the story Mataji read to you today? Anybody want to share? Go ahead, Jonas.
One is night. Krishna was playing his flute, and the gopis just ran out in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
క్వశ్చన్ నోట్లది.
Okay, does everybody have their pencil and paper ready?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So today we're going to draw a bumblebee. Are you guys excited? Okay.
There is no gap.
Oh, let me share the screen for our bumblebee. Okay. You guys can see my screen, right? Okay.
No, he can't see, Mataji.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, now it's fine.
Okay. Okay, so let's start, guys. Okay. So, bumblebee. Who likes bumblebees? Let's draw a circle to start with. Do any of you guys really like bumblebees?
Yes.
Yeah. Does anyone not like bumblebees? Nobody? Okay. Okay, so for this bumblebee that we're drawing here, you want to draw a nice circle. You can make this like really light first if you want to. And then go over it again. And then for the bumblebee's body, it's gonna go like this way, and it's gonna like meet at a point where there's like little tiny triangle at the end.
No, Kushan.
Line and circle.
Yes. So you want to do a circle, and then from the sides, you want to take it all the way in and then down. And then the same thing with the other side, connecting to the other one. Let me know when you guys are ready to move on. Okay, let's move on now. Now the bumblebee, obviously, it has wings, right? Yeah. So from each side, you want to do more like half circles. And you want to do the wings for your bumblebee. Okay. And now, as we all know, bumblebees, they have a pattern on their body, and that is in black and yellow. So what I'm doing over here is where the wings are right there, I'm going to take a line from there and then go connect it all the way through from its body here to the other wing. Okay. And you want to make a couple of those. And you're going to take it all the way to the end. And I'm going to stop right about there because this part is going to be all black. Okay. And now our bumblebee obviously has like these little antennas. So we're going to sort of draw like a little curvy line and then make a circle. I'm going to do 2 of those on the top. And now, obviously, we want to give our bumblebee a nice little face, right? So I'm going to start from a good point on the face of the bumblebee. So right about here should be a good spot. I'm going to do an eye here, and I'm going to do an eye on this side. Okay. And then if you want, you can make your bumblebee blush. Anything that you want. And then a little smiley face. Okay, and then to make the special looking glittery eyes, you can draw like 2 little circles inside of the bumblebee's eye. And then you can fill it in. I remember when I was reading Krishna book last summer, it mentioned something about bumblebees, and it was really interesting because when Krishna and his friends would play in the forest of Vrindavan, the bumblebees would keep following Krishna around, and he did not like that. He was like, why are you guys disturbing me like this? But because Krishna was so sweet, the bumblebees were obviously attracted to Krishna, and they would always come to him and always like go over his face or like around his eyes. And that's just a little pastime from the bumblebees. So that's nice. Okay, so now what I did is I made these more darker on the sides, and then I'm just gonna fill this part in. If you guys have like markers or anything you want to color with, you can color your bumblebee with that. Now let's just write the date. It's the 21st.
Like this, Mama.
If everyone's done, I can see your guys' drawing. Is everyone done?
No, Mataji.
Okay.
Who's dark, no?
Let me know when you guys are done.
I'm in black section.
Like this, okay? Show you your picture, Kusha. Show the
Guy pole.
No, bracket देखा
उनका जैसा करा चुप
While you guys are drawing or coloring, I want to ask you guys, what is your guys' favorite animal? Anyone want to share?
guy pole ఎందుకు Miss, I know this looks like a bee to me.
Is this Satya?
Yes.
Oh, Satya, can you open your camera? I can't see.
So this looks like a bee, right?
Let me see.
Okay.
Oh, yes, it does.
Even George's looks like a bee too.
Uh-huh.
What can I do?
Kusha, wow. That's a beautiful bee right there. Did you
I
color
like
this
a back also. I like a back also.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Miss, can I add something a background to my bee?
Yes, of course you can.
No.
Are you done, Janav? Not yet?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to show me your drawing?
Coloring the bee right now.
Oh, all right. Take your time. Okay, let's do. Oh, it's 8 already, guys. Wow. Okay. If everybody's almost done, then we can do Vanchakappa and go. Vishri, wow. It's a beautiful bee. Is it crying? Your bee's really pretty, by the way.
Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, let's do Vanchakappa and yes. Mishri, did you want to say something?
No.
Oh, okay.
Show it to teacher, Tejas. Tejas, show it to teacher.
Okay, I'll give you guys like another minute, and if you guys want to share your drawings, you can see them. Oh, and if you do want to put it in the group chat, you can share your drawings in the group chat too.
What putting from?
I know I'll share mine. Kusha, wow.
This is my brother,
Wow. What is your brother's name?
Tejas.
Tejas? Hi, Tejas. Okay. Did you guys have fun drawing the bee?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you want us to look the mine?
Yes, sure. Wow. Oh my God, I love your bee. All you guys' bee is really nice. Satya's is nice. I love Mishri's. Kushal's is very nice. Okay, I'd love to see them again in the group chat. Please share them if you want to. Okay, thank you. Let's do one Chikapa. Chikapa Durvis, Chikapa Sundupiri, Chapati Tamam, Padane, Bill, Vishnavi, Hey, Bo.
Hare Krishna. Bye-bye.
Bye, I'll see you next week. Hey, Krishna.
Hare Krishna.